Hey everybody, Brendan here. Welcome back to another episode of the Road to Chess Mastery. Today we were going to be covering the 12th tournament on my Road to Chess Mastery. This time I am starting from round 1, and this is a similar tournament to the last one where it is one game a week. So this is a 5-week tournament. I believe it was like every Tuesday there was a game. And the important thing to mention here is, well, it's an open tournament. It's ranges of all ratings, pretty much. And well, I am now playing against Andrew, and I am playing with the white pieces. Let's see how the game continues. We see e4 and e5 and knight f3, so all natural. And now knight to c6. Here I ended up playing the move bishop to b5 again. If this is happening pretty much every game, what can I really add? Just a natural move. Influences the center by attacking the knight, which weakens these two squares. The influence of black's control over those two squares. a6, bishop to a4 and knight to f6. I castled, bishop to e7 and rook to e1. b5, bishop to b3 and castles. And here I was actually a little worried because so far my opponent has made some pretty good moves and they are lower rated. So when you see a position like this, you think, wow, okay, they're going into the anti-martial, or the martial, that is. And, well, if you have an opponent that voluntarily castles here instead of goes d6, then you should be a little worried. But I was prepared. I just played a4, bishop b7, and d3. And now a move like d5 doesn't quite work anymore. And the whole point is, well, there's always trading, and I haven't played c3, so I can always develop my knight quite easily, which is the whole idea behind a4. But now we see h6, knight to c3, and d6. Unfortunately, my opponent missed the threat. A natural move here would have been just knights, b4, knight e2, which makes a lot more sense just going forward. But okay, I played knight to c3, threatening b5, and my opponent missed the threat. So this does give my opponent a little bit of an initiative, but it's not really enough. After takes, rook a8, queen e8, and knight takes b5. We can see here there's possible d5s that can occur. But even then, there's unfortunately knight takes c7. So even then, it doesn't quite work, even though it looks very appetizing, because this bishop and this queen are lined up against my king. Anyways, I am now a pawn up, and well, they need to defend their c7 pawn, so they played the move queen to a5. And this makes a lot of sense. Just queen to a5 is a very natural move. Covers c7 and attacks b5. So I just retreated. I thought this was natural. Knight d4, and well, if you're up a pawn, I'm not hesitant to trade with you if I'm up material. So takes knight e2. Now I'm just going to reroute my knight either to g3 or to f4, and well, I still have the bishop pair. I can play moves like bishop d2. I would say my position is still good. Obviously there might be some lasting pressure. There could be possible d5s in the air. This is exactly what my opponent plays, d5, and I was a little worried here, but then I realized this has to be okay for me because I have the move e5 in the position. And e5 shouldn't be weak because after e5 I can always play f4 and I should be okay. Bishop d2, e5, knight d7. That pawn looks like it could possibly be weak, but realistically it's not. I ended up playing knight to f4. I thought this was the best try. Trying to go for e6, force a trade of this pawn. Because I was a little worried to see this. And now I'm also attacking d5, so if they play a move like queen b5, I just play e6, and that's a very straightforward trade, and this should benefit me. However, my opponent unfortunately made their first big blunder of the game. Sure, they missed the pawn on b5 that was attacked, but overall they played some challenging moves. At this point, after queen e6, unfortunately, this game is pretty much wrapped up. After knight takes e6, f takes e6, and queen g4, I attack e6. There's no good way to defend it. If knight to c5, I could always play a move like bishop b4. the whole point is, if they take, well, sure, I'm even willing to go down a pawn here, because I'm not going down a pawn because I win the e6 pawn in the end. So g5, queen takes e6, and now my opponent resigns. So this was a very, very quick game, and yeah, this is just completely winning. So it was a little uneventful, but it was the first round in an open tournament, so this should be somewhat expected. Usually you'll get really big rating disparities, and either you'll get crushed if you're not too experienced, or if you're experienced, you're going to do the crushing, as they say. But yeah, anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you in game 2 where things will pick up a little bit. Anyways, thank you for watching, and have a good one.